You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
Whether you're looking to build a website for your business, your hobby, your podcast, or just for fun, Peer Networks is your go-to web hosting partner. Not only do we have the lowest domain price in the industry, starting at just $11, we've got hundreds of stunning website templates to help you stand out from the crowd. You're not a techie? Not a problem. With our easy DIY site builders, you can launch your impressive website without any technical know-how. And when it comes to security and updates, don't worry, we've got you covered. Our 24/7 US-based customer support is the best in the industry. Check out pair.com today to learn more. PAIR.com.
Welcome to Season 16 of 5-Minute Biographies. Episode 5. Juan Peron. Juan Domingo Perón was a figure who dominated Argentinian politics for over 3 decades. A military officer turned politician, he remains a controversial figure, admired by some as a champion of the working class and vilified by others as an authoritarian populist. His legacy continues to shape Argentina's political landscape. Born on October 8, 1895, in Lobos, Argentina, Juan Perón's origins were far from ostentatious. Though not impoverished, his family belonged to the lower middle class. He displayed leadership qualities early on, excelling in sports and academics. In 1911, he entered the National Military College, graduating as a second lieutenant in 1913. Perón's military career was distinguished, with postings in various locations throughout Argentina. He rose through the ranks, impressing superiors with his strategic thinking and leadership skills. During the 1930s, he became interested in social issues and studied political theory and economics. These intellectual pursuits, coupled with his observations of European fascism during a stint as a military attaché in Italy, would significantly influence his future political ideology. The turning point in Perón's life came in 1943 when he participated in a military coup that overthrew Argentina's civilian government. Appointed vice president and minister of labor and social welfare, Perón quickly gained popularity among the working class. He implemented social welfare programs, increased wages, and strengthened worker rights. Perón's personal life was as dramatic as his political career. He married 3 times. His first marriage in 1929 was to Aurelia Gabriela Tizón de Perón, who died in 1938. He had 2 children with Aurelia, Maria Elena, who died young, and Juanchito, who maintained a strained relationship with his father due to Perón's political ideology and long periods of absence. His most famous marriage was to Eva Duarte, better known as Evita, in 1945. Their union was a powerful political force, with Evita playing a crucial role in mobilizing popular support for Perón. His charismatic personality and Eva's tireless campaigning resonated with the masses, and in 1946, Perón was elected president by a landslide majority, ushering in the era of Peronism. Peronism was a complex political ideology. It combined elements of populism, nationalism, and social welfare policies. Perón positioned himself as a champion of the working class, nationalizing industries and redistributing wealth. He fostered a strong sense of national identity and positioned Argentina as a leader in Latin America. However, Perón's government also exhibited authoritarian tendencies. Freedom of the press was curtailed, political opponents were silenced, and the judiciary was weakened. This erosion of democratic institutions raised concerns about Perón's commitment to civil liberties, and it didn't help that on July 26, 1952, Evita tragically died from cancer, leaving a deep void in Perón's life. 3 years later, in 1955, Perón was overthrown by a military coup. He spent the next 2 decades in exile, living in various countries, including Spain. He married his third wife, Isabel Martínez de Perón, in 1961 while in exile. Isabel, a former dancer, lacked Evita's charisma and political acumen. However, she remained a loyal companion to Perón throughout his exile and eventual return to power. Peronism remained a potent force in Argentinian politics despite his absence. So, in 1973, at age 78, Perón was allowed to return to Argentina. He formed a political alliance with Isabel, who ran for vice president. They won the elections, with Juan Peron assuming the presidency for a third time. His third term was marked by economic turmoil and political violence, and he died just 9 months into his presidency on July 1, 1974. Isabel succeeded him, but her government was plagued by instability and was eventually overthrown by another military coup in 1976. Juan Perón's life was a whirlwind of power, passion, and controversy. He rose from humble beginnings to become a dominant figure in Argentinian politics. He championed the working class, fostered nationalism, and implemented social reforms. However, his authoritarian tendencies and suppression of dissent tarnished his legacy. His marriage to Evita remains a fascination, a love story intertwined with political ambition. Perón's return to power in his later years proved to be a bittersweet epilogue to a remarkable and tumultuous life. Whether revered or reviled, Juan Domingo Perón remains a towering figure in Argentinian history who continues to spark debate and inspire passionate opinions. Thanks for listening to 5-Minute Biographies at 5minutebiographies.com and on YouTube at 5minutebiographies.com/YouTube.
You love podcasts, the stories, the laughs, the unexpected turns. But when this episode ends, the silence starts. Not anymore. Audiobooks.com turns that silence into your next great adventure. With over 450,000 titles, from bestsellers to hidden gems, your love for listening just found its new best friend. And because you already know the joy of audio, we're giving you 3 free audiobooks to start your journey. Imagine your favorite podcast, now with unlimited episodes. That's audiobooks.com. Keep the story going. Sign up for your free trial at audiobooks.com/podcastfree today. Because for podcast lovers like you, the end of an episode is just the beginning. That's audiobooks.com/podcastfree.